Whenever it sounds like it.
Welcome, everybody. This is another Viper Billiards broadcast brought to you from Q Masters out here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We've got Matt's multi-ball invitational challenge here. A good friend of mine, Matthias Arnold. Kind of an interesting tournament here. Various formats played on multiple tables. A whole lot of good action coming to you. I've got a very special guest in the house here. Didn't expect this. Extremely honored, Mr. Thorsten Hohmann, the Hitman himself. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to be here.
So, from what I understand, you've been a friend of Matt's for quite some time. What's been going on for you?
Well, I'm very honored that he invited me to come to Virginia Beach. Unfortunately, the weather wouldn't allow us to have his military retirement ceremony today. But I'm happy to be here for his tournament. It's actually a quite interesting format, what he's chosen. I haven't seen this before.
So, out of this, I understand you're not playing in it, but what's your favorite format?
Favorite format?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember years ago we had something very interesting in Germany. It was also some kind of a multi-ball event, but we were actually rotating between different disciplines within a match.
Mm-hmm.
So I know here he had the players draw a number out of a bag, and that would determine their position and the discipline, right? It's either 8-ball or either straight ball, 9-ball, or 10-ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember playing a multi-ball event in Germany where we were switching from 8-ball to 9-ball to 10-ball.
Okay. So was that confusing at all, or was it something to look forward to?
It was interesting. I guess it's interesting especially to the viewers if you don't have, that much pool knowledge and you get exposed to different disciplines. Quite interesting. And Matthias has some of his colleagues from the joint forces here, so they get exposed to what the sport of pool has to offer.
Oh yeah.
For now.
So, in the realm of pro billiards, what's next on your schedule?
Yeah, I just actually signed up for the European Open,
Okay.
the next major matchroom event in Sarajevo, Bosnia. It's going
Okay.
to be mid-March, so I'm looking forward to that.
And I'm gonna take it a 9-ball series.
Yeah, 9-ball. It's a race to 7. I wonder, is this the second rack? Have
Yes,
we missed one yet?
This is the second rack. I did not see whether or not Bruce or Neil won the first one. I want to say that it was Bruce because he had a fairly simple 7 with a 9-ball left. It looks like he's basically got the same thing right here. 8-ball roll up for the 9.
Are you familiar with all the players that are in Matt's Invitational?
Most of them. Troy Miller, I haven't gotten to hang around too much, just because of the fact he plays in various locations, to where I'm not always around when he's here. Great gentleman, though. Introduced me to the chip format style, which is definitely new to me. Apparently, a lot of people actually like it. So we do have the chat open on the Aux channel and the Sorry about that, folks. I have a spelling error on the scoreboard there.
Usually happens to me with my name, Thorsten. You get
Yeah.
Thornton and Hoffman and Thorsten. So
Let's see. There we go. It's updated. And we've actually got to update the score because that went on the wrong individual. No, we can't have -1 in 9-ball. There we go. Mr. Lim up at the table right now.
but it's actually nice to be here. You know, it's almost it's sad because I remember the U.S. Open was one of the tournaments I was looking forward to every year,
Mm-hmm.
and coming to Norfolk, Virginia Beach every year since the early 2000s, and then there's nothing more to play here. You know, we had the International until 2 years ago.
Mm.
It's kind of sad if you go to a location for decades every year, and then all of a sudden there's nothing. So
Yeah,
we
well-
need to change that.
Which I'm in the process. Feel free to spread it to your friends. We do have the Pro-Am division. Yeah, I was actually looking at some of your achievements earlier and whatnot, and 2004 was I think the last major one here that you ended up winning it.
I unfortunately never won the U.S. Open. Finished second to Gabe Owen.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely a big change from what I've heard as per like the rumors, the history, you know, the changing of the times and all that. And I'm just like, I'm just here.
I don't know how long you've been around.
Not very long.
Yeah, it's a wonderful room, and I couldn't believe walking in here. 70 tables, and there's a waiting list.
Yes.
So that's wonderful.
And that's both for 7-footers, 9-footers. Usually, you know, there's a group of guys that'll come out here and play on the 10-footer that's over there. There's some gentlemen that come over here and occasionally play on the billiards table. Not very often, but occasionally.
Yeah, I was talking to Gary, the general manager, earlier, and he was saying how they were breaking records for every month. And I know I'm the house pro of Amsterdam Billiards in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
and pool is thriving. We have waiting lists every night. The leagues have more players than ever before, and it's just wonderful to see.
It's one of my goals and my dreams is to actually start up a hall of my own, just to be able to spread the sport a little bit more. I'm trying to support the juniors upcoming a lot more. The Viper Tour does have a full juniors division of its own. I've gotten a little bit of flack from some people for the restrictions that I put on it. Pretty much it's either your Fargo's $4.99 and under, or you're 17 and under. If you exceed either one, it's like a car warranty. As soon as you exceed one, you need to move to the next division.
You should be able to play if you're under a certain age.
And that's what I've been told. But the way we try to design it is it's an entry level. It's not the high level competition. And then there's other, you know, Rahana's got, you know, the JAS. You've got the different juniors divisions for, you know, the Super Billiards Expo. They've got the whole junior scene from what I understand with Predator. So, I mean, I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm trying to get the kids into that. So I try to give them more of an entry level start.
How many kids do you have?
This past one, I think 14 signed up, but we've gotten the word out a little bit better to the APA kids community that was here. I think there was about 46 of them. So hopefully we end up, you know, getting a few more over time. Don't expect it like super fast just because, you know, it's a brand new tournament series. I understand it's new to everybody. You know, not everyone wants to jump on board with something new immediately. But it's definitely fun. I enjoy running the tournaments, especially.
So it looked like Bruce won another rack.
Yeah. Bruce is a hot shot in this area. Definitely a competitor. Very respectable. Never had an issue with his sportsmanship, that's for sure. Ever. There are a few of those, old school gentlemen still in the area, call their own fouls, rather than you having to say something to them, people like myself that, if I scratch, I go get the cue ball for you rather than, you possibly having to walk all the way across table and go get it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, since we're playing a straight pool race to 75 on another table,
How fast that is maybe not going to get done.
because we almost have through here already.
Yeah, especially if Bruce keeps running like this. I think it's actually loser break based on what's happening. Which don't be surprised. Neil is no slop jock. He can be down, and you could have one rack left to go. He will find a way to just grind it out.
That was a really good safety by Bruce. Control the speed.
Did he get the resave? I think he left it a little out there.
Not sure if you can see the left side of the one to actually pocket the ball in the side pocket.
Think it's too much just for some left-hand English.
But again, it's a fun tournament. I was expecting him maybe to try and kiss the one off the 5 in the side pocket, but nevertheless, safety again.
Little two-way.
Hi, Christian. Where are you watching from?
I will definitely say it is an absolute honor to actually have you in the booth here. I've only been doing this for about a year and a half, 2 years now, and didn't think I'd be anywhere close to having a pro in the booth anytime soon.
Well, I'm not a professional commentator. I'm just trying my best. Matt's been a good friend. He actually came visit me in New York a couple of weeks ago. He came to my Hall of Fame induction. I said I'd be here for his ceremony. I was in the German Army 5 years myself. So
what's the requirement for the military out in Germany?
Well, obviously things have changed. But I was fortunate enough. We had, I think we still have. It's called, let's say, the Sports Support Unit.
Okay.
Where if you are a sport that's recognized by the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, you have a chance to send a certain amount of athletes to this part of the army. And basically what you do is you do your basic training, and then you get to train your sport, and the German army supports you.
Really?
Yeah. It was Ralf Souquet, a player that you may know. Multiple world champion Hall of Famer from Germany, one of my idols. That back in the day, it was only 3 Christian players that were allowed in the sports corps of the German army, and he sued the Federal Republic of Germany to have pool players included, and he won.
Oh, Lord.
So that opened the gates for me many years later.
Wow. I would have never thought that was a thing. I know for like our military, we have like, all Army, all Navy, our, top select of individual sports. We have actually a lot of them, which I didn't even realize it until I've been in for 17 years myself. And they've got a rugby team, hockey team, basketball, soccer, baseball. There's so many. And I'm just like, I want to go do that. But no, I started a billiard, company instead.
I think when you are 18, like when do you reach the peak of your career, or when is
20 years for us is the average.
And if you have to do your military service and you're not able to practice your sport, you might fall behind. So with this sports core that we have in Germany, there's actually most of the medals won by German athletes at the Olympic Games or World Championships, won by athletes that were part of the sports core. So it's a very important institution that we have to support the athletes, different sports. And I was very fortunate to take advantage of it. And Matt was back in the army already, and basically my superior.
All right, Neil gets himself a rack there. Told you, he ain't out yet. Definitely not out yet. What's going on, brother? Your boy down 3-1. What's that? Oh, where's Matt? Brief pause there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Had Mr. Raymart Lim, one of our highest Fargo players in the area, come on over. Let us know that he just won over on table 28.
He just won?
Yeah, he don't play
race to 2 or
no. Over on table 28, they are, I believe, playing
10 ball.
Yes, 10 ball, which for him it's like playing 9 ball because he's putting it in the pocket he intended.
So we have our first winner.
Yeah.
I predict 8 ball and straight pool to hang lag behind a little bit later.
Didn't expect that one there.
Still a tricky layout with the 3 and the 5 on the same rail. Thinking he wants to be fairly thin on the 3, so he just can. Is that the 2 ball up there? Yeah, I see. It's
2 balls up there. It looks like by the 5 hole.
So 3 to the 5 will be the key position.
There we go. That way you don't have to look all the way over. Not sure if that was a little too hard or if that's just right.
I think that's perfect. It's all about what kind of angle
he was
can
going
get
back
on
for
the
the
3.
2. I'm sorry. I was thinking he was lining up for the 3. Either way, he's got the shape for it. Yeah, these players are definitely the stronger ones in the local area and ones that are obviously very good friends of Matt. I've actually learned a lot from him, especially when it came to straight pool, even though he wasn't in the straight pool league that we had the session that I started. He ended up beating me like 125 to 30. It wasn't even close. I think he ran 116 balls on me.
Wow. That was actually a great position here by Bruce. To swing the cue ball 3 rails around. Now all he has to do is play a stop shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how Matt's going to transition from coming to one of the most exciting pool rooms in the country to like the outskirts of Berlin. I don't even know. I think we have a couple famous pool rooms in Berlin. One is Bata Billiards, but that's like at least a 30-minute commute for him.
I've always actually wanted to take a little trip out that way and actually, see the countrysides that everybody talks about. And I'm a big food person. I've always wanted to actually try authentic, German food.
That's one of the perks when you're a professional pool player. You get to travel and experience different cultures and food, obviously. That was a nice out here by Bruce, 4-1.
Yeah, Bruce actually is one of those guys. He understands. Don't let off the gas, especially not against Neil.
I know it's more a friendly tournament, but I think they're playing for a little bit of prize money.
There might be some side pots. I really wouldn't be surprised if there were some side pots at all. Especially with, how good these guys can be when they really want to be.
Great break, but I don't think he can make the one. Or can he? Might just overcut the one and come. Would have maybe
Overcutting
tried to
puts
play
the
some
distance.
outside spin instead, but didn't leave anything makeable. And I assume that after each round, they will draw which discipline is going to be next.
So apparently the discipline just kind of depends on what table they end up with. So on our first table, table 20 is the straight pool. And then you've got table 23, just for the way that they did the numbers. That one, from what I was told, is 8-ball. Then you got table 26, which is the one that we're focusing on here. Just so happens to be 9-ball. And then you've got table 28, that's 10-ball.
But what I meant is for the second round, like we have four winners and then only 2 matches. But 4 disciplines, what are they going to play? I think it's just going to be a draw.
Something like that. I forget exactly how he explained it to me. I've never been a part of a tournament like this before. So, I mean, to be honest, I would actually be kind of excited to play in something like this just because of the fact it's something brand new.
Yeah.
I've never played multiple formats in one tournament ever. I swear, I love Neil's cut shots. They look so perfectionist every time I watch him do it.
Very clean. Yeah, I think it would be a disaster to have professionals play in a format like that. You would just argue and discuss the rules for days before you actually get to play.
That's what the referees are for. See, I would love in my tour, especially for the Pro-Am, to be able to do all ball fouls like some of the players want. I don't have enough referees for those that don't want to call the fouls on themselves, because you don't always know that you committed a shirt foul.
That was actually my first experience ever, coming to the United States. I forgot how old I was. Must have been 18 or so. Not talking about my first time ever was actually in Chicago in the late 90s to play the World Junior Championship. But my first big event was the US Open. And I had never played a tournament with cue ball fouls only.
Interesting.
So that was quite shocking to me when my opponent said, "Oh, I just notched that ball a little bit." And I was like, "What? That's a foul." Like, no, not here. I had to get used to the fact that you can just brush balls and move balls around.
Yeah, it's definitely the leagues that we have around here in order to keep people, not so much like engaged in the league, but not feeling like it's so hard to play in. BCA.
But that was at the US Open, not an amateur event. It was Howard Vickery. I don't know if you remember the name. It's like yeah, he was an.
I'm still figuring out who's who in the zoo. You just happen to be that good that you instantly were on my list of people I needed to learn.
I think Howard was in The Color of Money. He had some cameo, but yeah.
Yes. That yes, that sounds super familiar right there.
Tricky little cut shot in the side. Is he going to go for it?
Mm.
It's probably. Should, if he makes it, he should get a shape on the one unless he. Ooh, he choke stroked that ball. He didn't really follow through. That's why.
Now what does he do with it?
It's not
One pocket shot?
not hesitating. Oopsie.
Oh, he just gave it to him. I believe he actually called a foul on himself. He might have called a push. They are racing to 7, so it's definitely not over yet. Bruce is up 5-1 at this particular point. So
I wonder what the scores are on the other two tables.
No clue. If only we had what we refer to as a gopher. I could just go send him, hey, go get this score for me.
Should use the beats. Actually, we could see it from here.
Actually, they might be using them, to be honest.
Not straight pool, but
yeah, straight pool. Well, they have a whole separate bead rack here for a straight pool. They've got like 4 or 5 of them because the league that's here.
I know Matt really obviously wanted to play straight pool, and he had a 50-50 chance at the end to Liz, and then she drew the number for the straight pool spot.
Which I'm sure she was like hating. Because straight pool probably after the last 14-1 that I saw her in, she was not a happy camper. Only because of the fact she kind of got cheated out of some scores because an individual just decided to forfeit in the middle of the match. Or before the match, I should say. I want to say it was Margaret, I believe was the name. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's been a long time.
How did you pick your name with the Viper Tour? And
I've always just been a big fan of, serpents, lizards, dragons.
you have any reptiles at home?
My wife won't let me, which is why I'm like living vicariously through all my logos and everything else. One of my absolute favorite channels to actually watch on YouTube is this gentleman by the name of Chandler. He has a complete exotic pet, like, barn to say, like, it's bigger than a garage. It's almost the size of like a miniature warehouse. He's one of the only ones that still is allowed to take care for and teach other people about venomous reptiles and snakes. Very, very dangerous animals as well. He's got multiple crocs, multiple gators, multiple caimans. He's got some camels, some llamas. His big king cobra, which technically he says is not part of the king cobra family, but it was misnamed as such because of its hood style that it has. His buddy Kevin, 16-foot cobra. And he just, in the video, you'll see him just pet him like it's nothing. And I'm like, no, this is not okay.
Well, it definitely makes a cool logo. Tricky combo.
So on that one, is the combo something you would have played or just play it, try to find a safe?
It all depends. I'm not a big favorite for like tricky combinations, but sometimes you just don't have a choice. Now, what is he gonna do here?
This one I've always wondered on because the 3 doesn't go based on where you're at right now. So what do you really do in this situation?
I guess you can just try and stop the 3 there. And yep, something like that. But that would have been a really cool trick shot.
That's interesting.
I would have tried probably go the other way, like cut the 3 into the 9 to
Mhm.
keep the 3 where it was, and then go up table with the cube, just give distance. If you can hide the cube behind the 8, try to create distance and leave it tough. Yeah, he missed that combination.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ooh, big scratch opportunity for Neil to come back.
Very much so. Like for us around here, Neil's like our Shane Van Boning. You don't want to give him ball in hand. Then you got his buddy Raymart, who's like a 747 Fargo. He's like Josh Feller right now. You really don't want to give him ball in hand at all, ever.
Well, maybe he has to play straight ball in the next round. There won't be any ball in hand.
Maybe. I feel like he kind of rushed that a little bit.
Yeah, even Bruce like jumping on some of the shots.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he is going to go up and down, if you're going to roll the ball in. Yep, not taking any chances. Good enough. 6-1. Puts Bruce on the hill. Talk to.
Yeah, the crazy thing is they'll make him shoot it. Because of that right there. Does it lose gas? It does. He's all set there. So just out of curiosity, what are you shooting with nowadays?
I have a Molinari Q, and it's a full carbon fiber, but
Okay.
it's called Kuro. I'm not sure exactly what model. They have different color designs. I have a black and white one I'm shooting with right now. It's gorgeous.
What's your preferred tip of choice?
At the moment, I have actually a Molinari tip.
Okay.
I generally like the softer tips.
Okay. I've definitely noticed a lot of players lean towards the softer tips when they have a stroke. They realize they don't have to put as much into it.
Look, the problem is I like the harder feel, but I don't like miscuing. And usually a softer tip will harden after a while, and then it has a nice solid hit. But once I miscue, it's time for me to change. So I want to
Gotcha.
go as soft as necessary.
Are you using a Molinari brake as well?
No, we don't have a brake cue actually. So I have a mesh brake and a mesh jump cue.
Okay.
That was a beautiful shot here.
Oh, is he gonna get the 9? So close.
Oh, lefty.
Yes,
Don't
Neil
know.
Neil is capable of actually shooting both hands. He picks up the ball. These guys have played with each other many, many times. Both of them actually played in my pro-am. It was let's see, who was it the first one? It was, I believe, actually Neil was one of them that actually ended up winning it. Let me go back into my records here. Uh, yeah, for the Taipan Pro-Am, it was actually Neil and then Jimmy Bird and Aiden Pascal.
When was that?
This was the beginning of this month on the 8th and the 9th. Caitlin Giddens was also down here. Another. She was actually the only female in the tournament as well, and she made one heck of a run. She wasn't sure what she was going to end up doing, and I'm like, just play your best. And then she realized playing smart was just the way to keep playing. I know a lot of the guys around here, you don't want to end up on that 3-foul train. They will use it real quick. Oh,
Beautiful safety.
yes, John Yancey, you are very right. Bruce is definitely on tonight, especially compared to how he played in the Pro-Am for the opening event. I would say if you're in the area, the Pro-Am for next month is the 8th and 9th. Again.
Yeah, that's like my only free week. I think I have. Oopsie.
Little too much. We're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back. Alrighty, and we're back with Bruce on the hill, 6-2. Like I've said before, don't count Mr. Lim out of it just yet. I watched him play, even though he ended up losing a spectacular match, the Virginia State 10 ball this past year against Mike Davis up in Midlothian at Diamond Billiards. Owner Thomas Dorsey, very, very fine gentleman, donated a considerable amount of added money to that one compared to the player count that we had. Ended up giving me the full 500 still as added money. Big shout out to him and his generosity and dedication to supporting the players.
And it's a nice room too. I remember playing there.
Everyone kept telling me that there was problems, and I'm like, I walk in and I'm like, this is nothing what they were talking about. The felt looks good. The tables look good. I was kind of confused.
Yeah, we used to have a straight pool tournament there, and
Wow, he actually cut behind it.
yeah, I don't think he could make it. But
That is
they left him a
interesting.
kick. And you mentioned Mike. I haven't seen Mike Davis in so many years. You know, we used to play on tour together back in like the early 2000s. I miss Mike. I have to.
I know Mike
how
was
he's
on
doing.
one of the Moscone Cup teams. Looking through, I didn't see. Were you ever in the?
I played a couple times. Yeah.
Played a couple times. Okay, I'm surprised I didn't see that information. And
Got to do
usually
your
jumps out to you.
research.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like being active duty, I had plenty of extra work that I had to do at home due to the fact the bases were shut down. They're like, yeah, every bit of admin needs to get caught up, and I'm like, you do realize that's like 64 PowerPoints, right? In 3 days. Plus, my kid still had asynchronous learning on the Chromebooks at home, so I had to keep track of that as well. Definitely felt my my wife's pain when she used to have days off. You know, take care of the kid, the dog, the meals, everything all at once. Definitely have a better appreciation for everything that my wife does.
Wow, fire that in.
Oh yeah. So with a shot like that, is that something potentially that you teach people to do rather than slow rolling it? Just to kind of guarantee the shot?
Well, you know, it depends on the level of play. If you're good enough, you want to get out. That's the thing with 9-ball, right? It's like you have one or two shots that the table gives you, and if you don't have the skills, you tend to bang the balls. Where maybe in 8-ball or straight ball, you have more choices.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, you should try and play the table to your skill level, and if that's a bit above your pay grade, then roll it in and then do the best for the next shot. But he came with a great shot, and now he's out of line again. Most likely just trying to cut the ball into the right side pocket. I don't think then the five passes the 8.
No, it passes to the sides, but do you play this with left or right coming down for the 6?
Again, it depends on the player. He chose outside.
Not a terrible outcome, really.
Oh, he just got away with it. It's I find it an easier shot if you use outside spin and gear the ball towards the pocket. Versus inside, counting for the deflection or the swerve, a little trickier. But
do you find the deflection and the swerve is worse with new cloth or worn in cloth? Because I've heard varying opinions.
Yeah, definitely new cloth.
Because I know you guys are playing on the 760, the high speed Simonis.
Usually it depends, 860, but you know, you get new cloth, there's less friction. That means you get more of the deflection and more swerve. That's this opportunity here.
Let's see if Bruce can capitalize on that mistake and just finish it out.
Straight in, needs to stun the ball to come over. No, he rolled it with spin. Okay.
Conditions must actually be really good for Bruce because usually he actually wears a glove. He actually typically gets Maury gloves from me. And I see that he's not playing with one, so it must be prime conditions and him feeling comfortable because almost every time we've played back here, I've seen him wear a glove.
It's also when you get, it's not, but for me, it's not about the condition, but once you get used to playing with the glove, it's hard to take it off.
Yes, I can 100% relate to that. Probably, wish I didn't have to admit that, but I've tried taking it off, and as much as I thought I was going to be okay, no.
Watch the cue ball, watch the cue ball.
Oh, no.
No, we're not done yet.
Is he going to
Scratching his head.
I think he's going to give it to him. Yeah, he's giving it to him. So there we go. 6-3 now, rather than 7-2 win. So we were talking about food earlier. What's your favorite American food since you've been here?
What is American food? Burgers and steaks?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I like it all.
And then, just in case any of us are lucky enough to, get out there to Germany at some point, what would you recommend as like a traditional, authentic German food to have?
Everyone knows we're like a sausage country.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone had a schnitzel. If you want something more exotic, you try we call it a Sauerbraten or a Schweinshaxe, like a pork knuckle.
Okay.
It's pretty, hefty comfort food.
It's definitely interesting to know that comfort food, varies, but it's still a thing in other cultures. So, Yancey, to answer your question, I'm Justin Page, owner of Viber Billiards, and with me I have the esteemed Hall of Famer, Thorsten Hohmann. Unexpected, but highly delighted to have the opportunity to be here commentating with him. I'm glad that you're enjoying the area. You got in before the snow, and it'll go away, and you'll be able to go about your way without it interfering with any flights.
Yeah, I think I got in after the snow.
Did you?
But it wasn't all too bad.
Mm.
Coming from Germany, we're used to the snow, and now I'm up in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
We only had a couple days of bad snow so far.
Which you would think with what we've gotten down here, you guys would have gotten hit way worse up there.
Oh, you had that storm coming through.
Because I know I've got my oldest daughter that still lives up in Massachusetts, and I don't think they've had a snow day yet. And they've gotten more than we have here. I think she had told me at one point there was like 1.5 foot that came down. And I'm like, oh, what time did it start? She's like, yeah, about 9 o'clock. I was like, you had school the next day, didn't you? She's like, yeah.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that ruined our plans to have Matt's military ceremony, which I was looking forward to.
Yancey shouting out here on the chat, his mom was an Army brat raised in Munich. To this day, she is a sucker for quality bratwurst. I mean, who isn't?
Should try a white sausage. It's hard to find in American supermarkets, but
What's
it's
it made
something.
of?
It's just something that people eat for breakfast, especially in Munich area.
Okay.
And you peel the skin off,
Mm-hmm.
and then you eat it with the sweet mustard. So just if you would try something different, look for like a German white sausage with the sweet mustard, and you get a pretzel with it.
Neil's laughing because he tried to stab at it and made that
He missed it,
standard
yeah.
junior mistake and didn't even touch it. Definitely got the coverage on the 5.
Well, I think he left the combo.
Yeah. The only thing is, does the combo hit right where you can hold the cue down in that right corner? Or,
Oh, you don't need to. You can go inside English and come to the left side as well.
okay.
In Neil's defense, the 4 and the 7 are in a tricky position,
Mm.
but should be able to get that combo. Nope, overcut it.
Oh. Apparently, Yancey is a huge fan of you, and thanks you for supporting the amateur events and those of us who are beginning on the I'd say like level 1 of the 100 levels of reaching matchroom level.
Oh, I teach a lot in New York, and the majority of my students are total beginners. And it's when you can improve the most in the beginning, and it's fun to see when they win their first league match, or they made 5 balls in a row, or their first break and run.
He's a little awkward, but not really something that Mr. Bruce can't handle here.
Well, looking over to Matt's table, because he's the man of the evening. Looks like his match got just finished. He's unscrewing his cues.
Was he on 23?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that one like just finished. Nobody's a big fan of straight pool.
I am.
Well, more or less like
Matt, it's his game, I guess everyone can be happy that he didn't make it in straight pool only tournament.
Yeah, I don't know how many people you really would have gotten for that. That is not something that I've found anyone really wants now that, to be honest, the 14-1 is not here. So it's like it's harder and harder and harder to be able to actually find.
You want to look at Matt?
to hide. Here to tell you what I know. No one wants to be alone. Like a virus in your soul. Don't give up and take time to take a chance to fly. Feeling like I'm 10 feet high. Nightmares call, you can't deny. Better find a place to hide.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live for the final. This is Matt's multi-ball invitational challenge. In the booth, we got a couple of guests, Mr. Thorsten Hohmann and Mr. Matt, man of the hour. He's the one retiring, going away from us here. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna hand it off and ready to rock and roll.
Hello, my friend, and my friends out there.
No, it is.
And we are witnessing the final, and it was drawn straight pool to be the discipline for the final, so it will be a race to 50. Both players usually don't play a lot of straight pool, I can tell you that. I hope that we can see a good match with them.
And you didn't have your, your magic in play to have it straight pool for the final?
So, that's untypical for Alf. Alf is a very solid player. He loves those long shots across the table. Maybe he's a little bit excited. And I know what I'm talking about. I was very excited in my match. You know, if you have to play in front of your wife and your good friends, that's something that you cannot practice every day.
Yeah, and I heard Ray is a high Fargo player, should be a favorite in any match he enters here.
Mhm. I think it's Raymart is remarkable. He has a very fluent and very easy stroke. He hasn't been in here for a long time. You see him once in a while coming in, but then he. Quite recently, I think he gambled a little bit with Eric. And
He's not wasting any time, and he landed perfect on the break shot.
yes, maybe the break shot is a little bit high, but
I like going into the first two balls of the rack myself.
Yep. So probably it will be a follow. Yeah,
It's actually hitting the 10 ball.
yeah. That's a good one. Probably it's the position where you would not select to you use your Thorsten power.
Oh yeah, I would slam it low because I wouldn't want to have the cue ball slide forward.
Yep. Well, I bet if it's a little bit lower, then you would draw it up and down the table, and then it's an 8-ball layout, and then you play 8-ball from there on.
That's actually a good idea.
Have-
You just inspired me to do something.
Have you seen John Yancey asked, "Wow," and he's probably asking you how it is to play with Ralf Zucker as a partner.
Yeah, I know. He asked that question in my last match, and I answered it.
Oh, okay, so that's an old question. All right.
He missed the break shot.
Oh, he missed it. So that's Alf's chance to expand the lead. So he got 8 out of the first rack. So it looks that he can, run some balls here.
There's a ball missing, so someone must have committed a foul.
Yeah. I think he has a 15, he has an 11, and he has 3 balls on the right side that he can develop into break balls. Maybe the 7 when he comes for the 1.
You just inspired me to something. Always, during COVID, I was thinking how many different ways is it possible to run 100 balls. For example, side pocket break shots only, or bottom two pockets only,
yeah.
and 100 ball on a bar table. But I've never tried running out one group first, so maybe all solids first.
Oh, yeah. So 8 ball. Yeah. That's cool. So he's clearing out the bottom first. Yeah. So he makes it a half-court game now.
Just needs to take care of that cluster on the right side. 7-2-1.
Maybe just roll it into the 5 and stop it with the stripe down. Now he's going low. Yeah, that's fine. Well, he has a little bit of angle to get back into the...
You told me, Alf, he recently won actually back-to-back events in Las Vegas. 1 8-ball and 1 9-ball.
He's a amateur world champion. Oh yeah, that's that. Oh wow, that's a fluke.
That's a shot of the evening.
Yeah. However, he made the ball in the pocket, he called, so there's...
And then people say there's no luck in straight pool.
No. Yeah. I can imagine that he has now to come back again after he saw that he missed that shot, and then you have endorphins and your blood pressure, and now you have to come back and concentrate again. I think he tries to go into the cluster right now.
So hard.
Yeah. So that will be... Wow.
Well, if we can play the 1, then...
Yeah. But if he does not have angle to move the 2 and the 7, that really didn't improve much.
Lots of power.
So can use the 11 to come around
Yep.
with it.
Or break him up now. There's many different ways to solve this. Ooh,
Oh, that...
too much.
Yeah, he will miss it. He will miss the 7 probably. Maybe he can skim it if he rolls it. No.
No.
And now... Yeah, still, if he wants to be underneath the 7 and play the 7 down the rail, that's still possible.
For an experienced straight pool player, I would. Oh, interesting.
Oh, so that's the 4 down the rail.
Can make it. Still amazing. It's what, 11 o'clock, 11:15, and Q Master Billiards is still pretty busy.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, weekend. So nice to see. That not only New York's pool rooms are flourishing, but down here as well.
Whoa,
He plays every
with-
shot with pace. He's
Yeah, it's
used to it.
confidence.
Is he gonna draw into the balls or trying to play shape? He's gonna draw.
He's going
drawing
to
into
draw it,
them.
yeah.
Power. Boom.
Wow. Actually, yeah, if he can
options.
if he can use 2 rails to come back.
I think he's gonna play the 4. Just
Yeah.
take the points.
Yeah. All right.
That's smart.
Yep. Take what you can get. Actually, I'm here almost every day in Q Masters, and there is actually no day where it is empty. You know, they have so much advertisement going on. If you are a firefighter, first responder, active military, you get free pool,
Date nights,
date nights. So
pay what, $12 and play all day, all night?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
then they have ladies' night, and they have a lot of league play here. Tiger Baker, Justin Page, they are running the leagues down here. And there's something going on every night. And I'm sure people are enjoying the great service here. I love it. Love the food. They have great nachos, chicken wings.
Oh no.
Oh no, oh no. The one ball
Taking his
took
head off.
all the energy out that he wanted to transmit into the rack. So now he's
Yeah, but can he cut in the, what is it, 10? The 14? Oh, he's calling a bank on the 7.
yeah. Yeah, it's a dangerous, you know. Alf is almost halfway through. If he gets another rack, oh, we made it! What a great shot. So, oh yeah, he's playing.
He's playing the right shots.
Yep, he's going back for the one ball on the side, on the left side of the rack. So it could be that he takes the 8 out first
Improve the situation.
and get the angle that he wants. Yeah. I would probably stun that a little bit to get the cue ball in the center of the table, just to skim the one. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. So let's see what kind of pattern he plays. He has open balls, so there's just a matter of playing them in the right order.
I wonder how he's gonna get into, because there's still this little
Yeah, congestion.
5-ball cluster he
Yeah.
he needs to get into somehow.
Yeah.
The angle he has to
I
come up to
think-
the 4, then
yeah.
use the 15 to get in there. Didn't want to hit that.
So now he will sacrifice the 11 that he wanted to save, I think. Yeah. I think I would have probably used the 4 to get down to the 14 and then draw it up a little bit against the 9 or the 10. Probably against the 9. And if you hit the 9, you have a good shot on the 6 and the 5 on the left corner. What do you think, Thorsten?
Well, sometimes you don't have any choices. Like, I don't know if you can see the 12, but still go for the 4.
Oh,
And then, depending how you land on the 15,
yeah.
either bump something or dissect it.
Let Remart think about it a little bit. Thorsten, you are going to play a mixed tournament next week in Las Vegas. No? Okay.
Yeah, I sacrificed the singles to be here with you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Hope you have a good time.
What a draw shot.
Okay. Oh, that's a better angle now because he's not stuck to the rail when you place the 4. So if he gets a good angle on the 15, he can come up to play 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Yes.
I think is that where he wanted to be.
A little bit low. He wanted to be. But if he draws, he may be able to stop it. Yeah, he wanted to have it.
I don't know if you can hold it. Shooting the 9 now is an option. If he can draw the cue ball into the 9.
Mm.
And I wonder if the 6-5 combination is on up table. Something I would look at least.
Yeah.
Or swing the cue ball around. I think he can nudge the 9. Oh no, he's coming around.
So that will be a 1-9 combination now.
Safe trip.
It's not getting any easier. But since this is your night, how many years were you in Virginia Beach?
Oh, I came in February of 21 during the pandemic. And oh, great shot. Can you stick it on the rack? Or does it make any sense to play position for the 1? But yeah, 21 during the pandemic. I remember they kept Cue Masters open. And to produce the spacing, they took out every other table. So you
Really?
Yeah. So
Must have been a surreal
yeah, it was.
time.
Yeah. And I know that a lot of people saw the danger that Cue Masters might not survive, because if you cannot raise money to pay the rent for the establishment, and you cannot pay your service people and so on, it's not easy. Oh yeah, that's a good
Wow,
shot.
wonderful.
That's wonderful. And he has the 10 ball to develop the rack. Yeah. And if he hits the 8 right, the 7 will go
I
towards.
think because he's hitting with pace. I don't think he's actually hitting the 8. It's going more.
Yeah. So we. Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
beautiful.
was great shot. So take out the 4 to open up the pocket for the 11. Or he's going for the 13 right away. Okay. He's going to continue with the 2 then, or the 6. Yeah, he's not playing it for the first time.
But I thought he would. I think he was trying to stun the cue ball forward a little bit. It's
Yeah.
tricky bridging, and where's he gonna? Yeah, from here it's all maintaining good cue ball position. It's really, and he didn't. It's really, you see, I like clearing the rails first, the 4, the 14.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just not putting yourself in trouble, which he kind of did.
So yeah, maybe we're gonna see him putting that on the other side of the table. So maybe clip the 6 a little bit. Oh. Good, saved it.
But again, a little straight. Needs
Draw it back between the between the 4 and the 15. And if he overdraws it, he has 3. Oh, he overdraws it by a mile. So now he's on the other side of the rail.
He's scratching his head.
Yeah, I think he didn't give it enough thought when he played this.
Well, that's also a way to approach your straight ball game. Is if you always have one shot to play only, then it's like playing 9-ball. You just always play that shot that you
Yeah.
see. Yep, needs to take care of the 2 stripes on the rail. Otherwise, ends up a lot of work.
Yeah.
And no great break shot.
Sometimes I love to take the 5 for a break on the side. So, the good keyboard is, if he goes ahead, plays the 11 downrange and comes back for the second stripe, he has a... Oh, no, he does not want to do that. So probably he takes a break shot with the rail.
But that's what he really should have done. Just roll the ball forward, take the 11,
And
a 5 in the side for a break shot.
yeah. Oh, it's so great to be a Tuesday morning quarterback. I love that expression.
Never heard.
No?
No.
Oh, Monday Night Football is a big thing, and on Tuesday you will find
Everybody
and you will find a lot of people on Tuesday morning. They knew how they would have won the game. So yeah, sometimes when I'm on my final pattern, I'm sometimes think I lost the idea. I played something very strange, and then.
Why is Mel gonna bank the 11 here?
Put it in the rack.
I mean, that's not bad.
No.
But I still would have liked seeing him banking the 11, because that's a high percentage shot for him, and then he has the 1 rail into the rack break shot. But
So now he has a commanding lead. He's 1 rack ahead. Instead of Alf continuing to run some balls and getting balls ahead, creating some distance between him and Raymart. Raymart now is 1 rack ahead. 22-33.
actually the perfect angle.
Yep.
Would hit this rather soft.
I think he should end up with 1 shot with the ball below the rack. I think the cue ball will end up on the other side, on the rail, if he does not overpower. Oh,
Way too hard to.
way too hard.
Keeps it exciting.
Yeah. All right. Let's watch. So
What are you gonna use? Ideally the 10, right, to get back in. But how do you get there?
first the 1
1 to the 9.
or 1 and the 13 right away. Oh. But he has to take out the 1 to clear the path for the 10. So I think it's a good way to start with the 1. Maybe.
But If he can just roll the ball and avoid the 13, I think it looks like he's running right into it. So he's got to manipulate the stroke, unless there's a combination. I think he would have
3-5?
to like
3-5.
draw off the 9.
Oh,
it's
no,
gonna-
no, no. He's going to take out the one on the bottom, the 11.
I think I would have played the 9 right away, because the angle wasn't that bad. With a little draw, you could have avoided the 13, but he didn't like that. Now he has to shoot the 10. Ooh. Oh, what is it? The 13? It's crazy.
Oh,
Defense
that's a
is-
save. That's a save. So, not too shabby. He creates distance, but he leaves Raymer the whole ball, so he can do something.
Yep, 5 thin. 5 thin, cue ball up. I think the 6 and the 10 should absorb all the speed up. Let's see. That's it.
He returns the favor to Alf. Oh,
Not hesitating.
so is that right
10 thin.
that we have
Oh no, the 3. Good shot. Oh,
5 guys in the stream right now watching us? Yes, yes. I'm on a mission to promote straight pool here, and that it's I'm sure in a game of 9 ball or 10 ball, Raymart wouldn't blink to shoot that with more with confidence and but as soon as you have developed being satisfied with shots 5 inches, 10 inches, 20 inches, you know, the short game, as soon as you have one shot that's a little bit longer, you start to be concerned. That's not good. So in 9 ball or in 10 ball, when you are used to move the cue ball all over the table, you're not so much concerned with those balls. But in straight pool, you think sometimes you think that they are difficult, but you should not.
that's what the national coach back in the days of Germany used to say about the game. Oliver Ortmann said most people, you know, they play, or good players, they play very good position in straight pool, and when they have a tough shot, they get excited. But Oliver only has tough shots. That's why he makes them all. He always leaves himself long. And
Yeah. There are some great videos on the net where Oliver, on his first appearance on the American continent, played. I think he played in Amsterdam. He played those, and his style of playing was
I
so
think he played Mizrek.
yeah, and his style of playing was so different from everything that Americans were used to see. You know, he did not play old style. You know, he blasted the racks with his samurai kind of stroke, and he took risk where most other people probably would have played a save, and he was going for the shots.
There are very few players I played in my career that ran a whole match against me, like 150 and out. But Oliver did it like at least 5 or 6 times
Oh.
against me.
Wow. And it's so good to see him back going at it. I think he played Euro Tour, the last tournament, and he played great pool. I think it was in the semi-final or quarterfinal. So I think he got some issues with his elbow or with his arm.
Yeah, well, you know, happens to all of us. We get older, and
Mm.
I miss him. I miss watching him play and hanging out with him. Understand he has his business in Hamburg,
Mm.
and I don't play the Euro Tours anymore, so yeah, every ball counts here, right? Race to 50.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Careful.
careful.
Pumping
Yes.
the 6 up.
Probably he will end up with the 4 on the side pocket. Oh no, he can play the 2. But where's this break shot?
At this point, I'd say the
He
9.
could use the 2, but should play the 4 then. 4, 6, 9 and use the 2. Another cut shot to the side pocket. So Alf took the whole rack after Raymond missed the break shot, right? Or he missed the safe battle, or lost the safe battle. So that would be
Wow. That was a good shot, actually.
yeah, actually very good. So that gives him a good angle, and
Now they're both almost in within reach of the 50, right? One rack.
yeah, one
And
and
a
a
few
bit,
balls.
one and a little bit. So I think Alf could be at what's that? 37. So he needs.
Let's see.
So he can leave 2. If he makes that, he needs the whole rack except for 2 boards. Oh,
A
that's
little bit too full, right?
yeah.
Ooh, it's gonna be a dogfight.
Mm-hmm.
What do you start with?
The 10.
10, 2 rails.
Yeah. Alf, you need some Red Bull. Five ball?
Just awkward bridging.
Mm.
If you make one mistake, that could be the end. Still needs to develop a break shot unless he settles for the 8. What do you think? Can he draw back? Nudge the 13 out now? That's what he should do. Right away. Yeah, but softer.
No. If I think at some point you have to decide how you want to develop your break shot or take what the table gives you. In this case, you could easily say, I'm taking the 8. You have a couple of balls down at the rack that you can use it as your key balls and just try to, you know.
He just had a wonderful opportunity to develop the 13.
Mhm.
But it just makes it a bit more exciting.
Oh,
that one?
yeah. I think he wanted to go for the 6. No.
14 to the, what, 7 or the 1?
Yeah, pinch the ball in the side and then you go for the 4. Or roll it and go
You
for
want
the
to get
1.
rid of the 1.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. He can go forward and go for...
With a little outside for the 4 or the 6? Or inside running into them? Outside. Stunning it across.
Yeah. He will not like the idea to end up between the 3 and the 14. That's an extreme shot that you want to avoid in straight pool, because you have to put a lot of spin on the ball, draw it. All right. Still could continue with the 6, 7. Use the 15, come down.
Don't mind playing the 3 now. And now 7, 15 for sure. Unless he wants to use the 7 as a break shot on the side.
Oh.
But normally it'd be 7, 15, 6, 12. He's looking at the 8 as a break shot, but still plays the 6.
Yeah. It could be that he stayed below.
Oh, he didn't
the-
want to.
So he goes for the 7 and uses the 15 to go down to the 8 again. So I think that's... that
Not bad if he comes all the way to the rail.
yeah,
It's all about making the 15 now.
yeah, yeah. But if you attempt to minimize cue ball movement on the last 2 3 balls, you want to have some kind of a triangle where you can play stop. But he managed it
That's
well.
perfect.
Yeah, he managed it well.
And he only needs how many? 3 balls?
So I think with 14 now he's at 74. 3. I think it's a perfect position to do that inside English high, get the cue ball 3 rails below the rack and come down, come in the middle. Try to hit the, what is that? The 2, go forward and then use inside English to
If he hits the... Ooh, it's easy.
You think he soft rolls it and to hit the corner ball? Yes, that's a good shot.
Especially if he only needs a few balls. But
Yeah.
does
So
he only need 2, 3?
so that's 2. So that will be the 13 down the table and the 15 on the side pocket. And then he's done. Boom.
Oh, he's
Congratulations.
That's your
Congratulations.
champion, Matthias.
Raymart, I'm going forward to hand over the cheese.
The cheese? The actual cheese? Or
cheese, yes. Hey, thanks everybody for watching the stream. And thanks to the guys who set it up. So that was well done and was a great addition to my event today. Thank you very much, guys.
good night.